But it's gonna be alright. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Sweet Daddy, you got it, gang. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to FTW Future Focus. I am your not-so-humble correspondent, Robert Black, and with me is at least most of our panel. The mastermind, Bobby Rogers, may be on Weston Protocol tonight. He is at work, but he will be chiming in periodically, and I believe right now his screen may be frozen. But he is with us. He'll chime in periodically. Below me is the silent but deadly man from Chicago, Illinois. He is silent but deadly. He is an intelligent professional wrestling connoisseur, and he has about as much use for women's wrestling as I do for offshoot tournaments. He is Marvelous Marcus Buckley. How you doing, sir? Good to hear from you. To my caddy corner, the newest member of our panel, and she, I believe, is in North Carolina, if I am correct about that. She is the queen of Town Wrestling Group. She is the beautiful and talented Ty Nickerson. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show.
Not a problem. It's good to have you. Very good to have you.
And you were right. I am in North Carolina, so there's that.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I was accurate.
Home of the Horsemen.
That's true. That is very true. And Bobby's unfroze. And since he is, I will introduce him next. He is the founder of our feast. He is the president of FTW Network, my pal and friend and yours, the man who is at work but at your service. He is the mastermind, Bobby Rogers. How you doing, man?
I'm trying to get this thing up right, but my Bluetooth is not working. My computer's not working. I'm ready. This is one of them days where I'm ready to take a stick of dynamite, put everything in a pile, and just blow it up.
Blow that bitch up.
Bobby, we got you covered. Technical difficulties aside, we've got the show. We will bring you in whenever you are free, and it is all covered, my friend. And last but certainly not least is the master of wine, women's song, and cigars, the master and commander of the cigar bar. He is the one and only Tony Motown Allen. How is it going?
It's about to go really good.
Jameson! Jameson joins us! It's going to be a fun time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Down
Little
to
Jamie decided to come out and play. You know, little Jamie come out to play.
Absolutely. And you'll be too drunk to care about my rotten singing. But anyway, we're going to start out.
And I wish you did it on air when you sung Judas.
You know what? I've still got that recording.
Because if y'all would have played Judas, I would have been getting my dance on.
We might need to do that.
I sang an impromptu Judas in my mind.
I can't sing for shit, but I danced to it though.
No, Rob nailed that shit.
I did. It came from an angsty place. But anyway, let's start our first subject, and it's good we got the comedy out of the way because this was Motown. I thought you were going to introduce the subject.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Our first subject of the podcast is Tiffany Stratton and her, shall we say, off-color comments about Jade Cargill and the aftermath of that problem. And I believe we've still got Bobby, so we can start out with him.
I'd rather go last in this one.
All right, then. Let's go with Marcus. What do you think of this situation?
You know, I thought I was really surprised by that because if I'm not mistaken, she's only 4 years old, and at that generation, more politically conscious and culturally sensitive than ever before. And prior to that match, I had never heard her call Becky Lynch a white or Irish bitch, try an Asian bitch, or anything like that. So it's not like it's a term I've heard her regularly. Now I'm not going to say racist or anything like that because I don't know her or anything like that. But I just thought it was very peculiar to refer to Margaret Jade as a black, a black bitch. I was just really surprised. Even if she just would have said bitch, well, that would have been kind of common. I don't think anybody would have thought about it. But the fact that she do her skin color, it's very peculiar. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt because I don't know her, but again, just very odd. I don't quite know what to say about it.
All right. Ty, what do you think's going on here?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to give Tiffany Stratton the benefit of a doubt too, but I'm like Marcus. I don't know her personally. But I also agree with what he says. What he said, if she would have left her skin color out and just called her a bitch, yeah, that would have been acceptable. But nah, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that at all. If I was in Jade Cargill's position, I would have slapped the shit out of her. But I ain't okay with that.
Tony?
I mean, it's not cool that she said it. I'm assuming though they must have squashed it though, because the fact that that she was on SmackDown still and everything went fine with that, and the company don't seem to be upset with her. So not really sure. I'm not really sure what went through with that. What her relationship is with Jade Cargill. I mean, maybe she just a little too comfortable with her. I don't know, but I'm kind of happy that they didn't blackball her, and whatever the case may be, though, hopefully she learned from the situation and don't make that mistake again, no matter how comfortable you are with somebody. The only people calling motherfuckers bitches around here is me, like that fucking bitch.
Wow. Well, okay. My take on this is that obviously it was a stupid mistake. The company is probably making I think the company is trying to back off on it because Tiffany Stratton is money and they've got big plans for her. So I don't think that she is getting punished nearly as much as she would have if she were not as deep in the spotlight as she is. But you guys are right. It's not okay. It's just I think that it was I think that it was a unintentional error on her part. I think it's possible she was being too familiar and too much in the locker room with the comment. But obviously it can't slide. And obviously there needs to be some kind of official reprimand, if not more. She lost the match, so obviously she's out of the tournament, which is probably part of the punishment. But this goes to something else I was saying.
She's taking on Bianca Belair. I mean, even just happened. I don't think she was going to win that one.
Well, probably not. But in any case, this goes to something I was saying earlier in that the Attitude Era is not coming back, folks. Just because The Rock was allowed to cuss and make people bleed doesn't mean that anybody else on the roster gets to do that. So Tiffany Stratton going risque with a promo was not acceptable the way that it would be with a higher profile thing. They've still got to be PG even under Endeavor. Bobby, you can go.
Wait, before Bobby go though, little disclaimer though, with what happened with Tiffany Stratton being my second round pick. Car subject to change, and I did have to change how I booked Tiffany Stratton for my pay-per-view coming up later.
Okay, that's fair enough. Mastermind, you're up.
All right, let me go ahead and say this, and a lot of young cats ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about, because they haven't grew up, being the grandsons of the era that was involved in a lot of this back in the day. Um, Back in the older times, let's say probably 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, partially. That term was used to degrade black women. Period. That specific phrase was used to degrade black women. The white man would just call everybody the N word. He was just stuck on that word. So he was just N word for everybody. But the white females had a distinction. They would call the black males the N word, but they would call the black women the black bee. This is entrenched through history. And I see why people are trying to destroy books and everything nowadays. And I don't mean to get on a political subject. I mean,
What's the number? Mom, gotta get on YouTube.
It sucks because I'm like Marcus. I'm in the part to where I don't know if she understands that or not. She might not understand it and was sitting up there trying to clown, but she might understand and be telling the truth. Somebody got something playing in the background.
I think that might be an echo of some kind.
No, that's not an echo.
Oh, okay. I'm
Let
not
me see
sure.
that. I found it. Turn down whatever it was.
Oh, it's muted. I already got it taken care of.
All right.
Okay.
But this is what's so hard because you don't know the intent. I'm sorry. Tony said the right words. She should have been blackballed. Just to learn.
I wouldn't mind blackballing her.
I knew you was gonna go with it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. We're on the board.
I mean, yeah, Tony might have changed her mind, but at the same time, it comes to a point of,
hey, once Tiffany time gets black, she ain't going black.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Yeah.
Good God.
All jokes aside, though. I mean, unfortunately, she said she should be suspended. She should get in trouble. She should be blackballed for a minute. She should be totally suspended, depending on how she meant it. And what makes it even look worse is she's dating Ludwig Kaiser, who looks like he's off of a faction of. I mean, it's bad. It's just bad all around.
I mean, we don't know for sure really a white supremacist like he looks like.
I know, but I'm sorry.
Okay.
He plays the role too darn well, bro. I'm sorry. He's one of them things.
Okay.
I would think I was here in Harrison, Arkansas when I went to college. Straight up, I'd be like,
okay. Now, for obvious reasons, I need to voice this question. Does Imperium really give off that vibe to everybody? Because maybe I don't see it. Maybe I'm confusing European with the ultra right wing shit. But I don't know. Does Imperium really come off as white supremacist to you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, they definitely look. They definitely
military thing, everything. The stance is exact replica.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, yeah, I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's one of them things that, like, nowadays, when stuff like that is brought in front of your face, when you try to call it out, you're a snowflake, you're soft, you're this, that, and the other, when it's really deflecting what they're doing. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I mean, okay. Here's the thing. If something is militaristic, European, and represented by somebody that happens to be white, does that always translate as, is that just passively racism or is it overtly racism? Because
Let me.
Imperium has never like said we don't like black wrestlers.
No, they never said it. But this is the thing: whatever you can say without having to say a word is always spoken loudly. The thing is that it's not Imperium themselves; it's what they are portraying. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Mhm.
it's the it's the characters that they're portraying, and something that I honestly don't think Gunther is racist itself. Now, Ludwig Kaiser, mm, could be a possibility. Don't know. But Gunther, I don't think so. It's just the fact of these things happen, and we have to look at these symbols, and we have to call out these symbols and stop them whenever they happen. I got to take care of somebody right quick.
Okay, so symbolism matters. Okay. Well,
Yeah, but it's one
um
of those. I mean, I really just think they're playing the character. The character, I can see how it can be taken that way though, but I really just think they're playing characters on myself.
Yeah, right. I just
well,
think they.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think they're doing their role well. They
Yeah,
just they
Mm,
just look the part, which is what they're supposed to do.
okay.
I mean, hell,
All right.
Nikita Koloff played that Russian well. I mean, back when I was younger, I thought that motherfucker was really like a angry Russian.
Yeah. When I was, I mean, Ivan Koloff, I really thought was
Oh God,
Russian,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
he's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So yeah, it's. I don't know. I guess I'm seeing this from a completely different point of view for obvious reasons, but I don't know. It just I guess Bobby's point is that symbolism matters, and I guess I'm missing the symbolism. Okay, on to our next subject, which is the incident with Sky Blue in ROH, where she was heckled by a fan, harassed, and I believe there was a sexual component to it. Um, and I believe that Tony should probably go first on this because he's probably more familiar with it.
Actually, I was gonna actually have Ty take the lead. I'm gonna let Lady go first on this,
All right, that's acceptable. Ty, what do you
and
think
I
about
just follow.
Sky Blue?
Okay, so I read the story with Sky Blue getting heckled and harassed at a ROH taping. I read the whole story. And how this all started was the guy was there with his little boy. He was yelling out things like "Hey, baby girl" and all this other stuff like that. A lot of folks were saying that the guy should be banned from future wrestling shows for heckling and harassing Sky Blue. Do I think he do as a woman myself? I don't think Sky Blue should have gone through that. It's very unfair. It's already bad enough women like female wrestlers like her. It don't matter what promotion you work at. It's already bad enough that female wrestlers go through a lot. And I've never been to a wrestling show, but what she went through was very unfair. Do I think the guy needs to be banned from attending wrestling shows? I don't think so. It's just that you need to be careful with when you got kids there. You need to be careful with what you say. I don't care if it's vulgar. I don't care if it's non-vulgar. This guy need to be careful with what he says. He better be glad Sky Blue's real life boyfriend, Kyle Fletcher, didn't duck his ass. But on a serious note, it's unacceptable with what Sky Blue went through, and next time the dude goes to a show, don't matter what promotion, you need to do better. Do better with how you act, because kids emulate what the parents or any other adult sees. So he just needs to do better.
All right.
He does.
All right. I mean, definitely agree with Ty on that, and I'm happy that because it's kind of cool because when everything happened, Ty was actually the one that pointed out to me that incident in ROH, and I like her because what she said is pretty much spot on. Though I know I've seen a lot of comments one way or the other one, and a lot of people were not happy with it. I mean, there were some that didn't think it was that big of a deal because how things used to be back in the day. And I know, like, I mean, I'm sorry, no, this is ROH. This ain't ECW, though. So this is a whole different time, a whole different organization. You know, ECW kind of crossed that line with the fans and everything. They were a lot edgier. The programming was different. They promoted it different. They were built different back then. That doesn't make it right for Sky Blue to have to go through that. I mean, you got a young up and coming, hopefully future star and everything. Though, and in my opinion, anything that make you feel uncomfortable, and that guy definitely made her feel uncomfortable. That's not cool though. I know in the Motown's Wrestling Group, I said, they ought to ban them from all the rest of the programming, but don't lie, honestly, though, I kind of agree with Ty, though. Like, put them out. Don't necessarily ban them from all other events, though, but, I mean, hopefully he learns from this, too, though. So, hopefully he got a tippy time moment out of this.
Well, the two
Everybody's
situations
learning today, Rob.
Yeah, the two situations are kind of related. Marcus, what do you think?
Well, I pretty much agree with Tony said. It was a stupid thing to do in front of your child. If I was the guy, I would be concerned about. I don't know how old his child is, but I would be concerned about them going to school the next day and saying that, doing that same shit to some other little girl, and now his son's getting suspended, or a little girl gonna beat his ass for what he just saw his father do. That's what I would be more concerned about. I don't think he should have been banned from all other events, but I do wish it was like back in the territory days where the police would have brought the guy back to the locker room, and then Kyle Fletcher would, let's just say, would have had a
Beat the
little
shit out of him.
right.
Yeah.
Had a little talk with him, like back in the day with Bill Watts and some of those guys, back in the day,
Yeah.
and that would have been it, but no wrestler deserves to go through that, especially a female wrestler. I mean, it's just real unfortunate, and I just hope that Kyle Fletcher got his chance to have that little discussion with him.
Well, obviously it is a different world than when people were able to heckle endlessly at live events, and
we can't call them crack whores anymore, Rob.
Oh, now come on. That's not where I was going with this. But there are some people who still think that if you pay your ticket money and go to an event, that you can act however you want to act and that it's acceptable. And really, it's not. Even back then. I mean, I went to basketball games in high school where the opposing team would get like horrible heckles, personal things from the home crowd that were hurtful as hell. So it's not just wrestling; it's like sports and events in general. And just because you pay your ticket money doesn't mean that you get to act like an ass, especially if you bring your children to the event, and especially if you're targeting somebody based on a specific thing. like their gender or their identity or whatever the hell. You're coming there to have a good time. And if you want to heckle somebody at a wrestling event, you heckle them for the right reason. You're supposed to be cheering against the heels. Save it for that. Do the traditional thing instead of being a dick and pretending like you know everything in the world, because you don't. So, there's acceptable levels of behavior in society and in public, and when the line is crossed, and that's when and that trying to catcall ladies wrestlers is just not a good look in the 21st century. It just ain't. So even if you are a fan and you paid your money, mind your P's and Q's. Act like an adult. Don't act like a moron. But anyway.
It looked like Bobby's still gone. So on a side note, and what I'm about to say kind of pertains to not only Sky Blue, and I wouldn't heckle you, but goddamn, Sky Blue is so fucking fine with that nice ass. And then we got Tiffy time, or I like to call it Titty time. And I found out something today. I found out today that Tiffany Stratton is with Ludwig Kaiser, and I didn't know that Sky Blue is with Kyle Fletcher. Am I the only one that's looking at these women and like, these are the best wrestlers you could hook up with in your locker rooms? I mean, I just figured both of these women would have pulled some better talent than the ones they got. I mean, I wouldn't mind putting it on them. Like, guys!
Well, Stratton and Kaiser were dating already back in the Performance Center days before either one of them was stars. They've been together for a while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. As the World Turns edition, relationship therapies galore on today's show. Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, moving on to our next item of business here. We have our tapped out moment of the week, and since we have the father of the tap out, Marvelous Marcus Buckley, it is his honor. What was your tap out moment of the week, sir?
Okay. I feel kind of odd calling this a tap out moment because this woman is on my team, but damn it, I gotta call a spade a spade. And that was on, I believe it was on Raw, where it was a backstage segment with Liv Morgan and I forget the other woman, the one who just came from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And God, what was her name? Anyway, and so Liv Morgan turned around and Becky Lynch was standing there, and Becky Lynch threw the worst fucking punch I think I've ever seen in any kind of professional women's environment. And not only was the punch terrible, but Liv Morgan sold it terrible. I mean, I understand you went in the ring where you could step on the mat and get the little sound effect and shit. I get that. But there was nothing that looked real. I mean, the elbow, the flying elbow that Naomi missed last week looked more real than the punch that Becky threw.
Becky threw Liv.
Right. Yes. And I've been saying I still think Becky's a star and Becky's a decent wrestler, but god damn it, she made me look bad on Monday night. That was a god awful punch. I mean, it was just fucking terrible. And then Liv sitting there, oh shit, oh my lip, oh bitch, please. Bitch, she barely no. I definitely tapped out on that one.
Now, a little easy on Liv. I mean, she is on Motown's Wrestling Gals roster now.
Yeah.
Ty, what is your tap out of the week?
Busting my other boo inside the head. But I'm with Mark. My tap out moment has to be that punch Becky gave Liv on Raw. It with the back segment with Lyra Valkyria, that's her name.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
And, yeah. If Liv is gonna sell that punch, sell it like Toni Storm did when Serena Deeb punched her on AEW. Sell it like that. And Becky, if she would have gave a legit punch, she would have did it right. Serena Deeb punched way better than Becky Lynch did.
Mm-hmm.
That's my tap out.
All
right, cool.
I don't think Bobby is with us yet. If he is, then he can. Oh, okay.
Okay. We went through Sky Blue at first. I want to touch on that real quick.
All right, go ahead.
I'm torn. I'm torn on what to do with Sky Blue because part of me is like, that's kind of bogus for what he was saying. I did, and then I heard Ty say it, and I'm kind of confused on something. And I really want to ask Ty this: why does the phrase "baby girl" seem like it's some type of sexual innuendo? Because I call women, baby girl all the time, and they're my homies, they're my friends.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think it's degrading to me. For some people, it might come off as degrading, but to me, it's not degrading. But if the guy whose kid had to been elementary school age would have said something degrading, then yeah, he would have been thrown out. But to me, baby girl was not degrading like some people think it was.
Yeah, I thought they meant a lot of that. So. But yeah, dude was wrong. He got kicked out. It should have happened. I just think some of it is just a little overblown, and some of it is right on point. But I got to take care of somebody.
Motown, what's your tap out?
All right, honorable mention to Chris Jericho. I'm sick of him not using Judas. Honorable mention to fucking Prince Nana, where the fuck you at? I'm ready to dance with him, and he hasn't been out in weeks. But my tap out though happened on SmackDown. Man. Jay Cargill, you've been showing up in my moment and tapped out for the last 3 weeks. But I'm sorry, like that match with Nia Jax is my tap out moment of the week. I did not enjoy that match at all. I didn't like the having Jade Cargill's daughter out there. I think that, personally for me, in AEW, this was like the baddest woman out there. And I think this kind of like softened her up a little bit. And I don't like that. And in addition to that, the match itself was just like blah. Last week she wrestled Piper Niven, and I was just like thoroughly impressed with her performance. And then she get out there with Nia Jax. It's just like I could have done without that match. Like for real. That match should have came on early in the show, and Tiffany time and Bianca should have been later on. I didn't like that match at all, and so she's back on my tap out.
Wow. Bobby, do you have a tap out or are you free?
I don't think he can.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my tap out of the week has to do with the announcement by Dana White that he is 100% on board with crossovers of UFC athletes going to WWE and getting in their ring and stinking up the place. We all knew this was coming since the merger was announced. I get that. I've been dreading this moment, but we all knew it was coming. That doesn't make it any easier for me because based on the fact that people like Ronda Rousey and guys like McGregor, Conor McGregor, could possibly be on WWE's radar, And the fact that these people think that they can come in and slum it in WWE and just do their MMA thing and not become professional wrestlers like Shayna Baszler did, that fills my heart with absolute dread. Because I've said it before, I'll say it again, UFC style is made for shoot fighting. It is not meant for sports entertainment or professional wrestling or whatever you want to call it. It just isn't. It's made for a quick 30-second or 3-minute match. It is not meant to entertain you with drama. It's made to knock somebody's ass out. And I don't want to see that in a pro wrestling ring. If I wanted to see that, I'd watch UFC, or I'd go to my local bar and wait for some idiot to get drunk enough to punch out his best friend. So the announcement that Dana White wants to let UFC crossovers start is my tap out of the week.
Can I be devil's advocate here?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing and I don't think it's bad that they're doing it. I think it depends on the individual though, because for Ronda Rousey, you got a Shayna Baszler. So I really think it really depends on that individual themselves and how serious they take it and everything. I mean, if we get a bunch of Ronda Rouseys, I completely agree with you. We don't need to see that bitch anymore. But Shayna Baszler is an underutilized, very trained, good talent out there that came from that background and everything. So I think it depends on the person that comes there, because UFC is not a long career. Like, you don't see people fighting in UFC for like many years though. So I would hope that they're like, look at the opportunity, take it seriously, and convert over like Shayna Baszler did. Okay,
I think that it comes down to how big of a career in UFC you had, because Ronda Rousey was an absolute beast in UFC, and then she came into WWE and decided that she didn't need to learn anything.
Yeah, with the big head. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Like, your
Shayna,
bigger UFC stars might not transition well, but there's probably some talent in there that could transition well, though.
Maybe. I would really have to be very. It would have to be somebody willing to learn. Yes. Somebody who's willing to unlearn MMA and relearn pro wrestling.
I'm sure there's a couple of Shayna Baszlers in that group, a couple of Ken Shamrocks or something, you know.
One can hope. Although I was not impressed all that much with Ken Shamrock either.
Really?
I mean, he had some decent matches, but he didn't translate well. He came off as a UFC guy in a WWF ring. Same thing with Dan Severn. That's why they didn't use him that much.
And I thought Severn was, I really thought for transition for wrestling and in-ring work, I think Shamrock had a better personality than Severn. I thought Severn was a better wrestler.
Severn is a badass any place you put him. The only problem is that he has the personality of dish soap.
Is it Calgon?
If it took you away, sure.
All right. My tap out moment is same person, but different reason. Dana White just gets on my damn nerves. I don't like the dude. I would wish me and him could go at it. Dana White is like Rob Simon Cowell. And that's the way it is with me. I can't stand that dude. I would like to whack him upside the head a couple of times and beat him down after he made so much fun of pro wrestling, talking about the fake stuff and the real stuff. Mm-hmm. And he wants to now get this. He's like, well, now since Vince McMahon isn't in my back screwing me, which makes me wonder, was he shining his head while he was screwing him? But anyway,
well, that's tough shit.
Yeah, literally.
And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Literally.
I'll take myself on that one.
But he says that he's pushing for the pay-per-views to be moved back to Sunday for WWE.
Yeah.
And he wants and he wants his power slap in UFC to be Friday and Saturday. I'm sorry, they gross more money than you. Shut the up. I don't care what you want. Who makes the most money? WWE. Who gets the most people in the building? WWE. Nobody want to watch Power Slap. If I want to watch Power Slap, I'll go back to the south side of Chicago and sit outside with a blunt for about 2 hours. All right? Straight up. I'm not paying a ticket to see Power Slap. So that should be that shouldn't even come out of his mouth in the first place. And then UFC, okay, that's
real quick. Speaking of power slap, Indiana's power slapping the New York Knicks right now, 66-47. But go ahead, Bob.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Game 7, they power slapping the Knicks.
Yep.
Wow. Somebody must have lit a fire under the Pacers' ass in order to have them do this.
Well, it's only second quarter.
But Vince McMahon came in and lit up the locker room by taking a
lit it up or shit it up.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
But seriously, I mean, Dana White needs to stay in his lane. He needs to shut up. Just because Vince McMahon gone don't mean because you're on the board, you should say where WWE should be playing and where they shouldn't. You're trying to get today to try to maximize your crowd, but your crowd can't even be maximized even half of what WWE does. Shut up. Know your role. Shut your mouth. Talk to the other board director. He'll tell you the same thing. I mean, I'm serious. This dude gets on my nerves. How do you come off trying to tell WWE what to do? Well, you should be on Sundays when we do Fridays and Saturdays. Dana White needs his ass whooped. And I would love to do it for him. I would love to do that. I had to wax his bald head all up and down the street.
Okay, now I'm gonna put on my Teddy Long hat. Holla, 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 because we're gonna have a tag team matchup. We're gonna have the mastermind Bobby Rogers and Robert Black versus Dana White and
Simon Cowell. Yeah. I'm on board for it. Whoever wants to promote it.
Oh man.
I'll promote it. Dana White ain't gonna promote it because we'll be on Sundays.
Right.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. How would you? I mean, think about it. Can somebody answer me that? Besides, except for the reason of he's greedy to make his own creations more powerful. WWE moved to Saturdays and they increased all of their business because of them doing that. Why would you tell them to move? Except because you want your own creation to be number one and have a chance to be number one. That's the only reason. He's a greedy, bald-headed prick that needs his butt whooped all around the United States. Every state you stop at, he should get a 5-minute ass whooping.
Well, considering they're under the same umbrella corporation now, so it shouldn't make any difference to him.
He don't care.
Because he doesn't want. He still wants to be daddy's favorite son, not the new stepchild.
No, what he wants to do. No, this is what it is because he thinks the fake shit shouldn't make more money than the real shit. But the fake shit is clowning that real shit. So that's why I say whoop his ass in every 50 states you get. And if you go to Hawaii, it's double time because you got to fly over water. I can't stand it, dude.
All right, well, let's move on to moment of the week. And while we've still got Mastermind, let's get yours.
Moment of the week is me whooping Dana White's ass. No, just kidding. Honestly, to be real, I don't have a moment of the week. I did not get to watch hardly any wrestling this week because I've been busy with work, trying to fill out paperwork for a certain things that I've been trying to get. That'll come out later in the podcast, hopefully in the next month.
Okay.
But I don't have I guess my moment of the week is not watching AEW. I guess that's what you can call it.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't have Honestly, I'm just being real. I don't have a moment of the week. I just don't. Sometimes life catches up with you and bites you in the
Yeah.
behind where you gotta get stuff done. And it's been a Doberman picture on me right now. So
Oh, Lord. Well, Ty, do you have a positive for the week, a moment for us?
wow, mine was a positive.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
My moment of the week has to be from NXT. Tony D'Angelo being, who was it, Charlie Dempsey for the Heritage Cup.
Mm-hmm.
It was unexpected because I thought Charlie Dempsey was going to keep it. But since he ain't got Drew Gulak with all the controversy that he went through with the no quarter catch crew, I was really shocked Tony D'Angelo beat him for the Heritage Cup. So that's my moment of the week. Tony D'Angelo winning the Heritage Cup on NXT.
I'm
Cool.
sorry. Let me say this real quick. Charlie Dempsey should put his name in the shame for Tony D'Angelo beating him. I can't stand D'Angelo. That's another one I can't stand. Let's do a triple threat, 3-on-2. Tony D'Angelo, Dana White, and Simon Cowell versus me and Rock. Yeah, I can do that.
Who's our
That's another
third?
one. I guess you know what? Just to show NXT up, I had Vinny Pacheco as our partner. Just to show him what a real Italian assassin is. Yeah, Tony. I wish I was a Sopranos dude. Man, get out of here. Dude, he didn't need to win the Wendy's Cup along there. God, dog. I'm in a bad mood. I gotta chill.
Marcus, what you got?
Okay, my moment of the week is actually, I kind of thought this might be Bobby's. And okay, so you all know I have not been the biggest Willow Nightingale fan over the years. You all like her way better than I do.
Whoa! Don't throw me in there.
Okay, well, Bobby likes her better than I do.
Me. I
Okay,
like
well,
Willow.
I said you all. Yeah, thank you. Okay,
I drool over her.
but I have to admit, this week on Dynamite with the contract signing for the title, she actually cut a decent promo. I was rather impressed. She had some spunk. It was a little attitude, and she stayed babyface. Whereas Mercedes Moné, who was supposed to be, I guess, kind of a babyface, was completely heel. I mean, everything about her mannerisms, her walk to the ring, her promo was totally heel. And Willow put her little 80-pound ass through that table with some spunk.
Whoa!
I was
80
like,
pounds, Marcus.
was
That
like,
bitch 85 pounds when I finish.
okay. Anyway,
Thank you for joining us.
anyway,
Oh my God.
anyway, Willow put Mercedes through that table like she just found out Mercedes was screwing her man. I mean, that almost seemed personal. The way she threw her through that damn table, it was a hell of a bump. Mercedes sold it well. I mean, everything. I mean, that's normally a segment I would have either got up and went to the bathroom or fast forward past it. But I had it on in the background accidentally while I was doing something else. Then I started hearing Willow talk. I'm like, damn, is that Willow? Okay, and I actually sat down and listened to it and watched the segment. And I give Willow props. She did a good job. Now, that'll probably be the only time you all ever hear me say that. But
Yep.
Willow's my moment of the week.
Wow.
I am surprised. I am so surprised. I am proud of you.
You know what? You should go back and watch it, Bobby.
I should.
Yeah, your girl did good.
I'm glad because she makes me smile every time I see her.
Motown, what's your moment?
Before I get my moment, I really hope Willow Nightingale, some of these other women, keep stepping up their game and showing Tony Khan that once again, giving Mercedes Moné all that money was a fucking stupid ass decision.
Oh God, yes.
That was a waste of fucking money. But my moment of the Going back to SmackDown, and it seemed to be a trend with me because it seemed like my tap out moments have been on the same show. But last week on SmackDown, we heard all the rumors about Bianca Belair being pregnant, that Patty wasn't going to be there, and Tiffany Stratton was in such hot water she wasn't going to be there. And lo and behold, Tiffany Stratton wasn't in the hot water that the internet wrestling community said that she was. And lo and behold, there's no baby inside Bianca Belair because she put on a stellar show on Friday. Her match, her and Tiffany Stratton was an excellent match. And a match that everybody in the internet wrestling community said wasn't going to happen either because of pregnancy or the heat. So the fact that like we still got the match and it was a great, great match, and I think it was WWE's fuck you to the internet wrestling community. That's my moment of the week.
So wait a minute, they ended up wrestling.
Yeah, they wrestled Friday.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
It had
wow.
a damn good match.
Oh, well, I wasn't surprised it wasn't a good. It was a good match. I'm just surprised that they had, because I heard Bianca's really pregnant.
No, she's not pregnant.
And let me just say this: you know, the punishment is how WWE does it, right? Think about when Charlotte got in trouble. They waited a while and they got her.
I know her personally could be coming, but it's still my moment just because everybody said Tiffany Stratton wasn't going to be there on Friday. And
Yeah, that was stupid.
Fuck y'all. Hold my beer. Watch this girl go.
Which again could be good, and then it could be bad in the same way because we don't know what context she meant it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't know
if she meant it, right. If she meant it in a negative context, then it's bad.
Yeah.
But if she didn't mean it like that, then okay, I see what you're saying. You know.
Yeah.
It's just rough, man. It's sad. We gotta decipher stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think people should just have a neon thing on their forehead that you could just read and say, "Oh, okay, you're cool. Oh, you're not cool." You know, but unfortunately, that raises everybody's electric bill, and you know, we wouldn't be able to do that like that.
It sounds like a sci-fi episode, but my moment this week comes from Dynamite, and it was the debut of Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it is such an inspiration that I think it's the nephew of Dynamite Kid. It's either his nephew or his son. I am not sure which.
I think it was I thought it was his son.
I thought it was his son as well.
I think it's his son, but the fact that tradition lives on and that Dynamite Kid was one of the best technical workers in the business, and now his legacy can be carried on in a positive way instead of a negative one, that touched my heart a little bit. So you know, the fact that he's going in with that moniker and to do the name of Dynamite Kid proud, I think that's a great moment of the week.
I would like for Tony Khan, and I'm asking Tony Khan to do this because the WWE is definitely not going to do this. Change his name and sign Benoit's kid.
They might.
You gotta change his name.
Well, yeah, you'd have to change his name, but if he is that, if Benoit's kid is that good and Dynamite's kid is that good, then my God, what a great pair of signings that would be, despite the history.
Yes.
You cannot reflect the sins of the father onto the son. So you know these guys deserve a chance.
Exactly. I feel bad for Benoit's kid though, because I haven't seen a lot from him. But from when I seen from the stuff like this, seeing the kid have a lot of potential, could be really good. And it's so unfortunate that he's blackballed because of his last name.
Not only that, but you could team them together.
Yeah.
And watch them develop as a team and a single. That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. I would agree with that 100%. I'd love to see that.
Okay. This next segment, I am not really sure how we're going to do it because according to the notes, it was the best King and Queen winners. Now, does that mean like the best king and queens overall? Because we did that on an old school episode.
We did
But,
that.
well, yeah, it wasn't necessarily the winners of the tournament, but the people who held the king or queen title.
That
We
must have
did
been
that.
at work.
But are we talking about the best winners of all time, or just the people who wore the crowns the best?
I thought you couldn't win the crown unless you won.
I'm not sure about that because Haku didn't.
I thought he was just an exception, but most of the time you had to have won the tournament to do that. So I didn't know we did that. I definitely was the one when
Well,
that happened.
there are two kings. Before they even did the king of the, before it became a pay-per-view and a thing, there were two people who usurped the crown. Haku was named king by Bobby Heenan, and Randy Savage won the crown from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. So there's some gray area there.
I said we just do the best king, and in all honesty, the best queen is gonna be unanimous.
Who is that?
Zelina Vega.
Nope.
Okay, who? Name a queen of the ring that was better than Zelina Vega.
Carmel.
She was Booker T's queen. She didn't win Queen of the
That's
Ring.
all she did. That's all she did.
See, this was what I was confused about. This
I know I
right
was
here.
too. Like, well, shit, Zelina Vega was the only one who won the Queen of the Ring.
No,
Yeah, I
I'm just playing. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And if we gonna play that crown, the sensational Queen Sherry is my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
He was a Macho King. That's not fair.
Well, okay. If we're talking about just winners of the tournament, like how a Queen of the Ring has not been around that long,
Yeah, there's only
Right.
one.
So you really can't knock him. You can't. Yeah. I didn't
right?
think about
So yeah, but so Selena Vega gets that automatically, or we just give it to whichever queen we prefer.
All
We're
right.
gonna give
So
it to
best
Queen.
queen.
Firm. We can pick any queen. I'm giving it to the Queen Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Now, see, I'm going Queen Amanita.
Oh my God, yes.
That's what I'm going.
Change my
I'm going
pick.
Queen Latifah.
Princess Diana.
If we're gonna go Princess, we're going Princess Leia. Especially, I'm talking about
Okay.
the Jedi sitting there with a chain around her neck with Jabba the Hutt, Princess Leia.
Oh,
Thank you for
Oh, yeah.
joining us on FTW Future Focus, the Star Wars edition.
Yeah, that's a true layout.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Good Lord. Okay, well, I think Ty might be able to bring us back to the clean world. So, which winner of the King of the Ring do you think was the best?
Winner of King.
Was that winner of the tournament? Yeah.
I catch some shit. King Booker.
King Booker. Okay, well,
hell, King Booker.
that is legit because he did win the tournament to get the crown. So yeah. Okay. Mine would have to be Steve Austin.
Yes.
Yeah, Steve Austin won the King of the Ring tournament, and it propelled him naturally to the place that he ended up being. So I would have to say King Austin in that particular instance.
Right on.
Marcus, what's yours?
Mine was Bret Hart because he was a inaugural,
Ooh.
and it showed how they're going to the guy who won this tournament was going to get the push, and when you consider that it led to that feud with Jerry Lawler, which I thought was great, you know, I
Hey,
think,
Tom.
and you look at the matches that he had to go through to win the tournament. For me, it was Bret Hart.
All right. Motown.
You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers. It ain't get you anywhere. Talk about your song. Talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, "I just whipped your ass."
And I got the bald head, so I can do this. Oh man,
that was a great moment. That was a great promo. And we have talked in the past about some of the best promos, and that is still my favorite promo. As much as I love Ric Flair and all his great promos, as much as I love Hard Times, that Austin 3:16 promo is by far my favorite. That shit put him on the map. He beat Jake the Snake Roberts, who I absolutely loved back then. Like, Jake was my dude, but Austin straight, like you said, he just straight whooped his ass. And it propelled him. I mean, I don't think anybody been propelled as much as Steve Austin. Booker T, for me, is a close second because I don't think anybody really transformed into a king like King Booker. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin didn't really claim the crown. He just kind of, yeah,
that was the great thing with him. Like, he didn't do shit with that crown, but that night made him.
Yeah,
he was a made man that night. I do want to give an honorable mention to William Regal. William Regal was a damn good king when he was a GM.
Yeah, and he plays that role well. He still does.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if Bobby, you're free.
Yeah, my king of the ring. I'm gonna go with. You can't help but go with Austin on that one. I mean, Austin really clowned. It was hardcore with him. I mean, will I give him the best promo ever? No, I can't do that. Because it's one best.
I said my favorite.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm surprised it's his favorite because it's the one that's in my head that I thought would have been more of his favorite than that one. But you know, I mean, hey, Austin just clowned on that one. He killed it. That did make him. That got the Austin. That's got the most. I think that's the highest selling T-shirt in history was Austin 316. You know, I mean.
And part of the reason I said in my promo, 316 was my thing. Like back there, we had pagers. If 316 popped up in your pager, that's me paging you. Most of my usernames is Motown 316.
Motown 316 just told you that he just pictured. Oh, sorry, no mind.
Motown 316 means I just drank your ass. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. That one was mine.
I mean, yeah, that could be true.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Even 10. Oh, good God.
Man, well, if it's a 10, he definitely would. I mean, I'm just saying.
Thank you for joining. Oh, boy. Busy night.
No. Yeah, it would be. It would be for him. I would give it to him.
I give up.
Speaking of drinking asses, goddamn, Sky Blue, love you and your ass. I will lick that motherfucker every day.
Man, you can AEW shows.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
You was about to say something. Go ahead.
She's muted. You were muted. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
I was gonna say I love Sky Blue's outfits. Tony loves her booty. I love her outfits.
I think she looks like a 6-year-old.
Huh?
What about huh?
I think she looks like a 6-year-old.
Oh.
I ain't never seen an ass on a 6-year-old like that, man.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future. Oh my God.
I don't even get to that part because her face is like she's 6.
She got a face?
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh my God.
Don't make me get the holy water on y'all. Don't make me get the holy water.
Oh dear Lord.
Y'all know how I be acting when either Jericho, Jeff, or Kenny Omega be coming on the TV screen. So no judgment here.
Hey, Ty, get her little lady boners down there. I'm up here with my power boners.
Saints and angels of heaven preserve us. Oh, good Lord.
And I have a black belt.
Oh, thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God in heaven. Okay.
Ty. I mean, this picture right now, walking into your room, Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy. What would you do?
Mm.
You see what you did there with the soda, right?
Okay.
Thank you for joining us on Fantasy Island Edition.
You're in my room. Kingmaker edition or Lionheart edition?
Let's go Lionheart.
All right.
What? Lionheart and Willow.
Oh dear God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost control here.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Next segment.
Yeah, Ty, I think you might need that.
Okay, we got our predictions for King
Hold
and
on.
Queen of the Ring.
If you need some moments alone, turn the camera off.
No, don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Oh dear God.
Leave that camera on. That would be the moment we break the meter.
You're about to break my blood vessels. Oh. Okay, King and Queen of the Ring predictions.
I didn't leave my room.
All right. You want me to do the matches? Read the matches off?
Yes, please, for the love of God.
All right. So we're doing our predictions for the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view. We're going to kick this off. Ooh, wrong matches. Put on my matches for later on.
Yeah, that's the wrong list.
All right. We're going to kick this off with... We're going to kick this off with that bitch Becky, just to get this shit out the way. That bitch Becky Lynch, God, I can't stand that bitch. Versus Liv Morgan. And since Marcus want to draft that bitch and wants to constantly defend that bitch, he can take lead on this one.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I just want to say, what's up, Chris? I'm going with your boo, and I'm taking Liv Morgan on this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, Ty. Who you got?
Sorry, Becky. I'm Team Liv.
Oh, wow. Okay. Rob, who you got?
Well, since the Saudi Arabia wants a big splash and they're gonna put everything out on the table, I'm gonna have to say Becky wins the title.
Okay. Well, speaking of tables, they're gonna put everything on the table. Oh my God, we know that bitch Liv's gonna miss that motherfucker.
I knew it the minute I said it.
But if we're gonna leave tables out of this, I'm picking Liv. Hey, Chris. Mastermind, you free? No, I don't think he is. No. All right, cool. Our next matchup is Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. Ty, take lead.
Sammy.
All right. Rob, who you got?
I actually have Gable on this one. We're gonna see some title changes for the Saudi Arabia crowd, and I think that they want to get the title off of Sammy as soon as possible. So I think they're going to try to emulate what AEW is doing with Christian Cage with Chad Gable. So they're going to put the IC title on Chad. So I'm going with Gable here.
All right, Marcus, who you got?
I'm also going with Gable.
Are you going?
I think he needs to push. I think they try and do something with Sammy does not need a title at all to retain his popularity. So I'm going with Gable.
And I'm also going with Chad Gable in here for two different reasons. Number one, you can't be belittling your team and lose. He's got to win to keep shitting on his team. And the second reason, how fitting would it be that Sami Zayn, after all the years not being allowed to Saudi Arabia, he goes to Saudi Arabia and loses his title? That's some Vince shit right there.
Yeah, that would suck. Bobby, what's your take?
Chad Gable. You got to take it. He's the man.
All right.
I think they got to pay him back for losing all the other time. So yeah, Gable.
Real quick on Becky and Liv, what's your take? Oh well, I guess we can't.
We'll get it.
We'll get it there later.
All right, we're gonna move to the king and the queen of the ring. So, ladies and gentlemen, is watching. Basically, what we're gonna do for our king and queen prediction is we're gonna predict the winners from Raw and SmackDown, and then we're gonna predict who's gonna win the king of the ring. So, Rob, who you got winning? Okay, we're gonna do the women's first. So,
okay,
the women's queen of the ring qualifier: Io Sky versus Lara Valkyria.
Okay, I'm taking Io for that match, and for Bianca versus Nia.
Nia Jax.
Bianca versus Nia Jax. I'm taking Bianca, and the overall winner at the pay-per-view is going to be Bianca Belair. She's going to be our next queen of the ring.
Okay, cool. Marcus, who you got?
Mine's are the exact same as Rob's.
Okay, cool. That made it pretty fucking easy. All right. Now, when we're talking about Queen of the Ring, we're going to go to the queen of Motown's Wrestling Group, my first lady, Ty. Who you got?
All right. I'm going to have to go with, oh God, this is hard. Io and Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Lyra.
All right.
And Bianca and Nia. I'm sorry, I don't see Nia winning this. I'm going to have to go with Bianca. The overall winner for me for Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
All right. My picks between Lara Valkyria and Io Sky. I'm also picking Io. Now, for Bianca and Nia Jax, with some shenanigans, I'm picking Nia Jax to take out Bianca Belair.
Okay.
She's a tag team champion. She's one of the greatest to do it today. She don't need this shit. So I think they're gonna eliminate her on SmackDown. But my pick for Queen of the Ring, and I can't believe I'm picking her because she was in my tap out moment of the week. But I think they're gonna give it to Nia Jax.
Well, that wouldn't be unheard of.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm just predicting what WWF gonna do. If I was booking this shit, Io Sky be your Queen of the Ring.
okay. You usually don't go for the Joshis, but okay.
I love Io.
I do too. It's
in all honesty, I fell in love with Io in Lucha Underground when she was the third person to take on Penta.
Mm-hmm.
That's man. And not only that, you seen the pictures I posted of her? That's a fine ass Yoshi.
I did. But I have been an Io Shirai fan since the first women's War Games match when she dove off the cage. I have been sold on her
I've been her
completely ever
fan
since.
since Lucha Underground. Like,
Well, even before that, when she turned heel and became the Joshi Judas, and that entrance and that attitude, there's just something you
she's
gotta
tailor
love
made for
about that.
heel. Like, she's a natural heel.
Absolutely.
I don't think Bobby's available, so we're gonna move on to the men's King of the Ring. Robbie, let you take lead on this one as well. You got Gunther versus Uso. You got Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton. So, who are your picks?
Okay, I am going with Tongo for going over Orton and Jey Uso beating Walter, and at the pay-per-view, it's going to be Tongo. He's going to be the King of the Ring because they seem to be really big on him, and I think they want to keep the bloodline alive as much as possible, and that means the new guy is going over.
Okay. Marcus, who you got?
Well, this time I'm the complete opposite of Rob. This time I'm going with Gunther, Orton, and Gunther to win the tournament.
All right, cool. All right, First Lady, who you got for this?
Okay. Between Orton and the Ring General, I'm gonna have to pick Orton. And with
Orton versus Tonga.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to go with Tama Tongo. And
there's Gunther and Uso.
I'm gonna have to go with Uso. And to win it, I'm gonna have to go with Tama Tongo. Because I've been a fan of his since his New Japan days with Gorillas, with him and Tonga Loa. When they teamed when they were in New Japan as Gorillas of Destiny. So he's picked to win King of the Ring.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. On this one, I agree with Marcus. I got Gunther Orton with Gunther winning. And the reason I agree with Marcus is the bloodline is a really hot story they got going right now. You really can't have, in my opinion, you can't have Tonga versus Uso at this pay-per-view. You're going to savor that shit.
Yeah.
You can ease them out on Raw and SmackDown. And Gunther versus Orton, oh my fucking God, that's going to be a good fucking match.
Yeah.
So, we got Ty and Rob tied with their picks for the men, and then we got me and Marcus on the same page with our picks also. That's pretty fucking cool. And I don't think Bobby's available right now, so we might what we probably gonna end up doing is I'm gonna get Bobby's picks, and then either him or myself will post his later on in Motown's wrestling group.
Yeah,
so,
that's just the nature of Weston protocol. You know, Bobby's got work to do, but we'll get his thoughts later on.
If you're not part of Motown's wrestling group, you need to join. Just search for Motown's wrestling group. And you will see Ty there more than me because she's the first lady of the group. She I'm the name. She's the one who runs the show. She's the first lady. And like most first ladies, what she says goes. Ty's in charge.
And if you don't follow the rules, I'll give you
They're going to say Kenny Omega on your ass.
Hey, if my Sabu Omega was not in the hospital, I would sick him on y'all.
All right. Now we're going to go to what I think might be the main event, but we never know. Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the WWE Championship. It ain't title for title, just for the one title. I
thought the U.S. title was on the line.
No, Logan Paul said on Friday he ain't putting that shit on the line.
They changed it up.
They changed it up.
Mm-hmm.
They agreed to that, and then they swerved us. They swerved us. Got swerves on a roll. Swerves on a roll. All right, but for this matchup, we're gonna start off with the first lady. Who you got in the world title matchup?
Cody Raheem Rhodes to retain.
Wakanda forever. All right, Marcus, who you got on this one?
Oh, that's chosen already. I'm going Cody.
All right, Rob, who you got?
Do I really have to say it?
Do we need to ask?
Well, in all honesty, it kind of sucks because the one person who might pick Logan Paul is busy. Because this was my tapped out last week because Jesus Christ, we knew Cody was beat AJ, and then they gonna follow that up with Logan fucking Paul, really? And the fact that they took the U.S. title off the table kind of confirmed that wasn't a prediction. That was your spoiler.
See, that's how I'm thinking too, because I was conflicted because it was title for title. I was gonna say Cody anyway because I really don't think that they're gonna go that far with Saudi Arabia to change all the titles. But as much as it makes my blood boil at the heat of 1,000 suns to think of Logan Paul with that world title around his waist, it fills my throat with vomit. I was conflicted about this between the heart and the head, but I'm going with Cody.
Honestly, my heart, my head, everything was on fucking Cody on this one. I was pissed that they booked this shit. Like, I mean, and I was trying to make a case for AJ at the last pay-per-view, but Jesus Christ, can you book this motherfucker against somebody that we legit think that might be a threat?
That was a great match, though.
It was a phenomenal match. But did you honestly think that Cody was going to drop the title to AJ?
AJ made us believe for a little while.
I was hoping, though.
That was the beauty of it. AJ made us believe it.
Because in all honesty, he deserves another run before he retires. He definitely deserves another run.
Yes.
All right, so that's our King and Queen predictions. And now we're going to move on to our next subject. Which, Rob, you want to go ahead and take over for this one, this last subject of the day?
Yes. This is another segment of mine that I've called Book It Yourself, BIY. And it's based off of what we did last week. Last week, we had our ladies draft for Mother's Day for our separate promotions. Bring Back Bra and Panties, Motown's Wrestling Women, Wrestling Gals, I think you said.
Wrestling Gals.
Yes, Motown's Wrestling Gals, Future Talent of Women's Wrestling for Bobby Rogers, and my promotion, Leather and Lace Pro Wrestling. And I thought that since we went through all the time and trouble to draft 20 women to a fantasy promotion, it would be a waste not to book them in an event of some kind. And so for this week, for Book It Yourself, we are going to give our very first pay-per-views for our fantasy promotions, and we are going to put them on Motown Wrestling Group like we did for our draft rosters, and put those to a vote. Which pay-per-view would you pay for the most? What pay-per-view would you pay for? And
real quick though, I think the way I'm gonna do this though is the fact that we got 4 pay-per-views. So
yes.
I'm gonna do style.
What's that?
I'm gonna do tournament style. So it's gonna be like one pay-per-view versus the another pay-per-view. The winners of the first 2 matchups will go and face each other on the finals to see which one's the best.
Excellent. All right. Well,
that's so let's do tournament on this.
Yeah, that's a little added bonus that I didn't think of. Motown has got a pretty good idea. So
that's
go to Motown Wrestling Group, join it, vote on it. It's going to be great. But
Hey,
first, we have to give
the beauty on the brains.
yeah. First, we got to give our pay-per-views. But here,
there though too. Now don't get it
now,
twisted.
now you guys know me in that I have to put limitations on everything. So here were the criteria. We were limited to 6 matches for our events. We could have no title matches because since it's the first event of a promotion, we couldn't have champions yet. We could only have either 2 gimmick matches or 1 battle royal. We couldn't like fill our card with scramble matches, so we could like do what AEW does and get everybody on the card. And fourth, we have to work with the rosters we have. We can't trade yet. We can't bring in special guest ring referees or ring announcers.
Line up, and I know he'll give up a shitload for Naomi.
See, I knew that you were going to do that. That's why that rule is here. The no champions rule is for me because I go overboard on that. But those are the criteria. Just 6 matches and the like. Let's start off with Marcus because I'm sure that you drafted a damn good promotion, so I really want to hear what your matches are.
Okay. In my first scramble match, it's going to be 3 of the 4 horsewomen, and that's Charlotte versus Becky versus Bailey. To start it off.
Okay.
Then I got some. I call these matches matches that I actually wouldn't fast forward through. I would actually intentionally. Okay.
Nice.
So the first match would be Mercedes Martinez against Shayna Baszler.
Yes.
Second match, Serena D versus Tessa Blanchard.
Okay.
And since Julia isn't big in America yet, I'm going to debut her against somebody that could work, and that's Mia Yim.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And since a lot of people are tag team wrestlers, the tag team fan, I really had to struggle because that's an automatic fast forward in my book. So I have Io Sky and Kairi Sane against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, since there's relationships among all these 40s wrestlers.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
And of course, since I'm bringing back bra and panties, and I got to really get some people behind me on this, I'm having Layla Gray versus Queen Amanita in a bra and panty match.
Okay, and that's your main event?
I don't give a fuck where you put it. That's fine. Wherever you want to put it.
All right.
Do me a favor. Post those matches in our chat.
Okay. Now, do I need to put them as main event, opener, and all that shit, or just post the 6 matches?
You don't have to put them in order, but at least let me know what your main event is.
Okay. All right.
So pick a main event. The rest of it don't matter.
All right. Got you.
Okay. Motown, give us yours.
All right. And unfortunately, everybody couldn't get on the card. Liv Morgan, you can watch it with me because you got the night off. I'm not going to shit on you like Vince McMahon. But I have a feeling that the pay-per-view is going to have a happy end and watching it with you.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Good God.
I mean, Liv is kind of cute. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The only reason I drafted her is because, the night before the draft, she was actually on my fantasy team. That's for goddamn sure.
Thank you for joining.
And speaking of night offs, I have a couple of ladies that's not booked in matches, but that don't mean y'all got the night off. My ring announcer for the night will be Chelsea Green. And my referee for the whole damn show will be the Smoke Show, Scarlett. And our opening match, we have a tag team match, player. We got Carmen Petrovich that's going to be teaming with Sol Rocco. and they are going to be taking on Sonya Deville and Sky Blue. That team's working as heels. Carmen and Solo will be my baby faces. Singles match. I got my baby face Zelina Vega. Continue her feud with heel Elektra Lopez. We're going to have a Heart Dungeon match. So, of course, the Queen of Hearts, Natalya, will be in this match. And in this match, in a Dungeons match, this might even get Ra's vote. She's taking on Timeless Tony Storm in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah. Good match, though.
That's going to be an excellent match.
Yes.
Now, my next tag team match, because we got two on the card, we're going to have Lola Vice and Gigi Dolan working as a heel, taking on that fine piece of chocolate Naomi. Trinity, I don't give a rat's ass what you call her. In Multi's Wrestling Federation, no lines, she's going to be Trinity Fatu because I ain't paying for Naomi. And she's teaming up once again to reunite it with Mercedes Moné.
Okay.
Then we have ourselves a three-way dance because we don't do first Paul wins a match in here. No. Elimination style. And I told you, I gave y'all a spoiler alert. Had to change my little booking a little bit. Had to change my main event. And this woman that's in the three-way dance was in the main event. Now she's in a triple threat. That's a three-way dance. Tiffany Stratton. She's being punished a little bit. And her punishment is in this three-way dance as a heel. And she's going to be my biggest heel with her racist ass. And she's taking on baby face last legend and my tweener, Nia Jax.
Wow.
Not saying how the match's going to go, but in elimination style, Lash and Nia could team up to get rid of the bitch. Just saying.
Hell. Okay.
And then my main event is a Freebird strap match. And I don't know if everybody, I mean, Ty, you might not know, but anybody that watched WCCW, these were strap matches. We ain't doing, you gonna tie a fucking strap to my wrist or your wrist, and we're gonna fight with a strap. No. They get fucking belts to whip each other with, like the Vinex and the Freebirds back in the day. And in the main event, we have Taya Valkyrie working as a heel, going against Mommy herself, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
That is good shit.
Yeah.
That is
Lady Palooza.
Lady Palooza. That's a good name. Good name. Bobby, give us your 6 for your pay-per-view for FTW Women.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dang, I just got back on because I had the other person. Yeah, I'll explain it off air. All right. First matchup. It's called The Show.
Mm-hmm.
I did something simple because I'm trying to build something for future shows. First matchup starting off the card. Lady Frost taking on Blair Davenport. 10-minute matchup.
Sweet.
Second, Willow Nightingale is taking on Ari Alexander, giving the Independents some love there. Which will be a good matchup. Ari Alexander goes over in that dirty, very dirty. Third matchup, Nikita Lyons and Jade Cargill tags up to take on Abaddon and Su Young. Nikita Lyons and Jade Cargill wins for a reason that'll come out later.
Okay.
Of course, you get intermission. Then number 4. This matchup, I really wanted to put as my main, but I think starting out, you can't put it as main. You got to wait and put it out later. Jordan Grace taking on Chris Statlander. 18-minute matchup. Next matchup, which is setting up for future shows, Rosemary taking on Shieldmate, another thing of love for the independents.
Oh,
Shieldmate wins by DQ because interference by Abaddon and Su Young. And Shieldmate makes her announcement that, oh, since you're going to have some people interfere, I got somebody to come through for the next show. And that's Max the Impaler is going to be her tag team partner for the next show.
sweet.
And main event that I thought that would be the ticket seller, and I think you would understand why when I say these names. Bianca Belair will be taking on Mickey James,
Oh, yeah.
and that would
Sweet.
end. And that actually would end in a 30-minute Broadway and be a tie, young versus old, trying to see who's the best in the federation,
Hmm.
and then end up in a tie for a future matchup later on down the road.
That's good shit.
So, yeah, well, this is the setup for future shows. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I didn't want to sit up here and do everything on one card at the beginning because if you give everything in the beginning of the first show, you lose momentum for the other shows.
Yes.
And especially with the thing that I did with Su Young and Abaddon interfering in the Shield Maiden show, getting Rosemary, Abaddon, and Su Young connected as a faction really brings in Max the Impaler to be a true tag team partner to Shield Maiden.
Yeah, definitely.
Not only that, though, if you notice on my card, I have a lot of younger women that's coming up. It's not a lot of veterans here,
Hmm.
and which goes to the name of future talent of wrestling. Getting all the future girls involved so they can have a chance to shine. Because a lot of these girls are overlooked that I've named, and they're good talents. So there you go. That's my first
Sweet.
card.
All right, before Rob give his card, and while you're available, can we get some predictions out of you, sir?
Oh, what's up? Give me the matches.
Becky Lynch versus that bitch Becky versus Liv missing the table Morgan.
Oh God, do I really gotta choose?
Yeah, you do.
Can I say who? Oh, wait. There you go. There you go. Because I can't say it here. Word. There you go.
All right, and you picked Chad Gable in that match. So next matchup, real quick: Cody versus Logan Paul.
I'm gonna say it's a disqualification.
Who's getting disqualified?
That's the point. I think Logan Paul is.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Thanks for calling Hampton.
All right. While he's taking that call, go ahead and give us your card, Rob, and then once Mastermind is free, we just got to get his King of the Ring predictions.
Okay. The first card for Leather and Lace Pro Wrestling, called The Toughest, the Hottest. Best opener ever. Yeah. Is Kira Hogan versus Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Right.
Nice ass.
That's the nickname of the match. Best opener ever. In one of my two gimmick matches, a hardcore three-way of pain. ODB versus Mickey Knuckles versus Nyla Rose.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Tag team match. Fire and Dawn as the Unholy Alliance back together. Taking on Thunder Rosa and Starlight Kid. I am very intrigued about that babyface team.
Okay.
Second gimmick match. Way of the Warrior Dueling Canes match. The rules are 4 Singapore canes in 4 corners. 4 opponents try to get them, and it only ends in submission or surrender. 4 Joshis beating the hell out of each other with sticks.
I wouldn't mind beating the hell out of Ford Joseph with my stick.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I knew that would get some kind of reaction. Okay, the participants for the Way of the Warrior Dueling Canes match. Xia Li versus Hikaru Shida versus Riho versus Asuka.
Rio,
Yes.
you didn't have another Joshi?
4 Joshis, 4 kendo sticks.
You didn't have a different Joshi? That bitch is 50 pounds soaking wet when Kenny Omega don't finish.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll make it 4 kendo sticks and 5 Joshis. We'll put in Mina Shirakawa in the match. 5.
Nice.
5 Joshis.
Nice.
4 Singapore Canes.
Nice.
Submit or surrender.
See, no, that bitch is badass. Like she's the truth. I seen some of her I seen some of her shit.
Okay, hold on a second. I've lost track of my list here. Hold on a sec. Okay. Also, we are going to have damn it.
All right, I'm back.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to have Athena versus Kylie Ray as I love Kylie Ray, bubbly babyface versus Athena.
She's your TBV. She's that bitch Becky. Belly.
Yeah, who needs Bailey when you've got Kylie Ray? And in the main event, a rematch of former NWA Women's World Champions. It's going to be Camille Brickhouse versus Allison Kay. That was a fantastic match on NWA pay-per-view, and it will set up a rivalry for later on in a future tournament for what would be the Leather and Lace World Championship. So that's my 6 matches.
All right, cool. While we got Bobby free, let's get some women King of the Ring predictions from you, sir. Who do you think is going to win between Io Sky and Laura Valkyria, Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair, and then ultimately who's going to be the Queen of the Ring?
Oh God, Io Sky versus Valkyria. I think Valkyria is going to win that one. Unfortunately, she's going to take over and she's going to do her pose into the finals. And then Nia Jax taking on who?
Bianca Belair.
Upset City right there. Nia Jax going to beat Bianca. No, because they got other plans for Bianca. I don't see Bianca winning this. Nia Jax is definitely going to take that. Yeah, Nia Jax is going to take that one. And honestly, I think Nia Jax is going to end up being Queen of the Ring, unless Becky Lynch got her foot in the door. Unless Becky Lynch got her foot in the door, which would be a travesty to all wrestling eyes to let that girl beat Nia Jax. I'm sorry. She's got the Riho syndrome. She's 12 pounds with concrete boots on. And if they ever have her beat Nia Jax, it's a shame. Nia Jax has played that role of being a brat, a diva. She deserves that Queen of the Ring to carry that character on. It would fit her perfectly.
All right. I know you didn't hear the predictions earlier. I don't think you did, though, because Rob and Marcus both pick Io, Bianca, and Bianca to win. So I pick Laura Valkyria, Bianca, and Laura to win. But me and you, I mean, I got Io beating Laura Valkyria because I don't think Laura need to be a fucking beat her. Fuck that bitch. But I got Nia Jax winning, and I got Nia Jax being the Queen of the Ring as well.
Great man, think alike.
Right? All right. So
let me say something real quick. Look at the role Nia Jax is playing right now.
Yes.
That would fit her. If she's the queen, oh my
It
god,
would,
she's gonna clown.
uh, it
She's
would
gonna
fit.
clown. I can't. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch
WWE
heavily.
had a gold mine. They put the crown on Nia Jax the way she is right now, and you give Titty Time the Money in the Bank. You got fucking gold mine in your women's division. You got a gold
Yep.
mine.
Yep.
All right, moving on to the men's side. You got Gunther versus Jey Uso. You got Tamatongo versus Randy Orton. Who you got winning those matches and ultimately going to be your king of the ring?
Let's see. Gunther versus Jimmy Uso. Gunther, of course. And then Tama Tonga's gonna get his ass kicked and RKO'd in the last second. And it's gonna be Gunther and Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
This is the toughest thing that I would have to pick. Golly. I can see either one of them winning. I can see either one of them taking it. I mean, unless, see, the only way I can see them getting out of this situation is if Jey Uso wins. They have an out. If Jey Uso wins, they definitely have an out. But let Randy Orton get pinned by Gunther. But how's they gonna let Gunther get pinned by Randy Orton? You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just so that's what I want is to see them too. But honestly, I might have to change it. But I honestly don't know. I don't know. I can't pick because either one of them would have to be the other one losing for one of them to go over. It's gonna be either Randy Orton or Gunther to win. Just the other, whoever's opponent is gonna beat the other's opponent. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To make it make sense.
All right.
But
Now, I'm gonna throw this out at you, Bobby, because Ty and Rob are opposite us. They got Jimmy, they got Jay winning, they got Tommy Tongo winning, and Tongo winning the tournament.
Yep.
Me and Marcus are on the same page as you. We both got Gunther, we both got Orton, but we also both got Gunther winning the King of the Ring because, in all honesty, would it hurt Randy Orton to lose at this stage in his career?
to Gunther, yeah,
You think it'll hurt him, his legacy?
yeah,
But
Yeah.
he's a 14-time world champion.
Gunther's a rookie with a chop.
First of all, he's not a
Oh.
rookie no more because he's been in NXT for like 3-4 years. He's been in the WWE for at least 2 because he had a title for 666 days.
Okay, yeah, he did have it for 600 days. Okay, I apologize. He's not a rookie. He's just barely over a rookie. I'm sorry. He's the boar. He's the boar of the group. He's barely over a rookie. I don't see this leading to it. I don't see him winning this, giving him a direct title shot. That's my problem. If the King of the Ring gave them a direct title shot, then yeah, it would be Gunther. But I think Jay or God, Randy could benefit from it. Jay could benefit from it, but Randy will be hurt by the loss. I do think that. So I don't know. Bye. I don't know what to think on that one. I don't.
All right.
Ty, what did you think of our prospective pay-per-views?
What was that time?
I love them all, especially the one with the Singapore Cane match with the Joshis. I was gonna add, if you hit Rio with a Singapore Cane, she might fly out the ring. Telling y'all.
But
Look, Rio heart, but if you hit her so hard, she'll fly out the ring.
But that's the whole point. She can do that.
What do you have to hit her? All you got to do is eat some things and fart on it.
it's funny because it's true. Look, I might need her Singapore cane and bust the greatest sky blue with the ROH tapings upside the head because he needs it.
That girl is so light they might as well call her Miller Lite.
Oh, good Lord. Uh, at least make her Michelob, Bobby.
She might taste great, but she's definitely less really.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh my God. We've had so many today, my marker's running out of marker. Damn it.
I mean, think about it. Kenny Omega is in shape for a reason.
Huh? Well,
I quit. Oh God.
Was that Ty?
so what about my side boob being in good shape for a reason?
You know he's kicking it with Rio, right?
He kicking it with Rio. He kicking it with Kota Ibushi. He kicking it with all the Joshis.
So your side boo is a little mini Rob.
Oh.
He got all kinds of Joshis in his basement.
Kenny's but good.
Unbelievable.
Hey Rob, I got a question for you when you talking about these pay-per-view cards.
Yeah.
Because when I booked the match, I really thought about you. My Dungeons match.
Yeah.
Natalia versus Timeless Tony Storm. Is that a match you're looking forward to or what?
Absolutely. You don't understand that I love Tony Storm. I
Right.
just hate the damn gimmick.
That's
So
what,
having
that's what I was
her,
thinking. Like, I know you don't like the gimmick, but you respect her in the ring.
absolutely.
And pairing her with Natalia?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Tony and Natty would have a damn good match, especially under those rules.
Yeah.
With a dungeon rules match. That would be awesome. Yes.
I mean, Bobby giving results on his, so honestly, y'all all know Natty's winning that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, just to piss everyone off, I might just put Riho over in the Canes match.
Oh my
just
God.
to piss you all off.
And you know it would too.
But no, I didn't book it with I didn't book it that far. I don't know who would actually go over in any of my matches yet, but just to put it out there I think we all had some pretty damn good matches going.
Yeah, I hadn't booked winners of mine, but I mean, in all honesty, I know if I'm booking him, Mommy's going to win. Tiffany Stratton was definitely taking the first L. But I haven't really thought about winners, though. But I'm going to look at my three-way dance floor. I honestly might have Last Legend win that one, though.
Well, see, Bobby has been down this road before. He's been a booker and producer, so he thought ahead of who he wanted to go over. I didn't quite go that far because I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this again, but I wanted to use the ladies that we drafted. That was the whole point. So
excellent.
Oh yeah, and all of this is going to go on Motown Wrestling Group for a vote. So I'm looking forward to that.
Now, before we move on to like leaving, because we're done.
Yeah.
I just watched Iron Claw today, and I want to. And all honesty, I really did enjoy the movie. I wanted to watch it again because I was watching it. I was doing stuff at the same time, but I'm gonna watch it again though. But I know Rob, you've seen it. Marcus, Ty, have you guys seen Iron Claw?
Not yet.
Ty, have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so I hope I'm not gonna play a spoiler role though, but and I'm actually gonna talk to you on this, Rob. Love the movie. Not really gonna get much into the movie. The only thing I'm really gonna get into was the guy that had played Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I thought he was horrible.
Okay, I covered this in my review. There is no one on the face of the earth that can play Ric Flair.
I
He's
get that.
uncastable.
I get that, but Ric Flair has been imitated so much. Like, Jesus Christ. I think we done better Ric Flairs than that Ric Flair.
Maybe, but you also have to take into account that the few promos that Flair did for World Class in Texas, he was in over the top Ric Flair mode. He was like 1983 leading into Starrcade against Harley Race, going after Orton and Slater with the baseball bat, Ric Flair, in that interview with Fritz. That's what the actor was going off of, I
Okay.
feel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why the performance came off that way. He didn't do
But
the slick Rick stuff.
Okay, so I'm happy you get what I was thinking, because like that makes sense when you explain it though, because when I was watching, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, the actor didn't do enough research.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And his rules sucked.
Yes, they did. But the only way that you're going to get a convincing Ric Flair on camera is to cast Jay Lethal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only way that's going to happen.
Yes.
That would be some makeup to put on him, though.
Hey, they did it. They covered up all the tattoos of CM Punk, so.
Yeah, good point on that, too.
Hollywood magic.
And going back to Power Slap.
Oh, God.
It's left.
Why you got to do that, man?
Up 120 to 104 with 4 minutes to go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the actual power. I was about to cry. I don't want
Power
to see
Slap
power.
is actually interesting. Like, what
How?
hey, Saturday night, I'm a tune in and watch Power Slap. Absolutely fucking not. It ain't something I'm gonna intentionally watch. But I think I've watched it. Like, it came on after some wrestling show. Like, I don't know if it was Dynamite or NXT though, but it was like I was too lazy to grab the remote to find something better to watch, and it was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers slapping the shit out of each other.
Man,
So,
it gave me. I'm sorry, I couldn't watch it because it gave me flashbacks from when I was a kid.
But I know one thing though. When you look at, let me see where she was ranked on my what round. When you look at my number 3, my third round draft pick, I will power slap Trinity Fatu's ass all day, every day, and tag that motherfucker Trice on Sunday on video that I would send Marcus as I'm putting it on her. Like, does!
And on that
You know what?
note, thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
You know what? Just for the fun of it, who was you taking a trade for Naomi on my squad? Just for the fun of it. I'm curious.
Marcus, because I'll be honest with you. The one I want on your team is Charlotte.
Nah. I love Naomi, but I ain't trading Charlotte for Naomi.
Wait, you love Naomi, but you love Bailey more, just like my mom said, because Bailey went number 2, and I got Naomi number 3. My mom was right, Marcus.
Nah.
We looked at her like she was crazy, but my mom was right.
Nah.
Wow.
I might do Tessa. Oh, I don't know. I got to think on it though, but I might do Tessa for her.
Nah, I would consider that.
I mean, I have to too though, but I might take Tessa. So hey, what's the commissioner of our federations? Rob opened up the trade gates.
We'll figure that out sometime. I'm not against trades. I just didn't want to do it for the first card. You know, I wanted to work within some boundaries there.
No,
my card is hold on.
My card is set title matches for the next pay-per-view, because the second pay-per-view we will have a match for our queen champion.
Well, Well,
champion.
yeah, I mean, we'd be able to establish champions or at least start tournaments by then.
No, we do because I don't have enough women for a tournament. We just doing straight up like, oh damn, we could do some tournaments.
Well, yeah, if we
Oh,
drafted we drafted 20, so if you have a 16-woman tournament, that's a tournament.
Yeah, we could go WrestleMania 4 on my next pay-per-view.
Entirely possible.
We'll talk about that. We'll release that later.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time here for FTW Future Focus. It's been a wonderful show. On behalf of the lovely Ty Nickerson, marvelous Marcus Buckley, Tony Motown Allen, and of course the mastermind Bobby Rogers, I am your not so humble correspondent Robert Black saying so long. We will definitely see you in the future. Hit that James Brown, baby.
Hit it. How you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's play so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam!